Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo, and this is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest, many online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm here today with Naomi Taos. Naomi, it's great to be with you.
Great to be with you too. Thank you so much for this time and space. I'm excited to connect with everyone who potentially comes to these events.
You are so welcome. Well, so tell us, what do you do? What do you offer at the events?
I talk about the hidden symphony of your voice, and it's all about reclaiming rhythm through resonance. Hello, I'm Naomi. I guide powerful souls to command their energy, activate coherence, and up spiral into the sovereign life they were encoded to live. Today's message isn't just a talk, it's a tuning fork. And if you let it, it will resonate through your nervous system as a gentle permission to come back to yourself. My challenge today is to let your inner field shape your outer research because your voice doesn't just speak words, it speaks patterns. Your rhythm, your overwhelm, your joy, your unshed tears, they all echo in your tone. You see, many of us here are the great connectors, the heart bridges. But your rhythm, the very frequency that gives you presence, gets distorted when you prioritize obligation over embodiment. This is the invitation to remember your nervous system is your first audience. If it is not clapping, no amount of applause will satisfy you. That's why I'm bringing inner voice technology to the world. In just 10 seconds, it reveals the harmonic imprints in your voice that are misaligned and delivers tones bounced back to you designed to recalibrate your nervous system in real time. Can you do this yourself? Absolutely. Eventually, your body will calibrate your own healing, but this is just a medbed style hack, your holistic healing and pain relief faster and easier. Think of it as your personal sonic mirror because stress isn't loud. Often it's the note that goes missing. Today is a pretty significant day, June 19th. Here, we're in a harmonic field influenced by gate 12, line 6, the elegance of discernment. So it teaches us that true expression doesn't shout, it waits for the right timing and it invites. But for that discernment to flow, your inner rhythm must be coherent. With a sacred corridor right now that we're in with Venus and Taurus, over the next 55 days, what you most value, you must ritualize. So it's not about working harder, it's about making your wealth frequency visible. So I'm offering a 55-day strategy container grounding divine feminine leadership through daily harmonic alignment, voice print assessments, and messaging that converts through resonance, not force. A marketing built on persuasion with integrity. So you can connect with me at soulmedicinewoman.com or come to our booth anytime and receive a complimentary voice scan. Discover which tones are out of balance. And then for $100, get a full tonal map and harmonic soundtrack to recalibrate your nervous system and unlock your personal prosperity code. Because legacy isn't built from hustle, it's built from coherence. Your voice already holds the answers. All you have to do is listen. So I help soul led leaders turn purpose into prosperity by reclaiming rhythm, embodying resonance, and anchoring their voice as the primary, authentic marketing frequency to differentiate ourselves from AI. Because when you lead from the inside out, every word becomes well. So come align with yours at soulmedicinewoman.com. You can also contact me at 760-399-2595. And my email is heaven2earth.us with a TO in the middle, heaven2earth.us at gmail.com.
Great. I got some questions. So you said that it sounds like you do a recording for 10 seconds, and then the map is
Right?
created from that. Maybe,
Right? And
can you,
it completely maps your emotional resonance. What are the priorities? And from that, it determines all the essential, everything from tones of Bach flower frequencies to 22,000 other frequencies that would upregulate the body.
and so I imagine there's like a prescription that people get of certain kinds of like sounds or exercises or things to emphasize for who they are and how they are, or like give us a little like glimpse into what this is like.
I call it a soul prescription, but I use it to identify the four frequencies that are out and that need to be balanced the most, the ones that need to be elevated and the ones that need to be subdued. And with that, I can very easily bring people, well, 50% out of their pain in the first 15 minutes of listening to their tones. And then when I run other custom frequency programs for them that address fear and things like that, where the CIA has figured out how to weaponize the harmonic field, and it puts so much fear and distress and sorrow and agony and worry and angst into the morphogenetic field that they can actually teach spirits to hunt for us based on those emotions. So it is vitally clear that we keep our emotional field in the highest frequency possible so we're not a target.
So you're giving some of our voice back to us
It's the
to them.
tones that balance your voice.
Hmm.
And we can also do your own voice spoken back in a type of a mind sync, which is the ultimate affirmations using your own voice and your priority tones in combination to manifest anything you want.
Well,
And
tell
so
us a
that's what we're doing in our 55-day program is asking people their intentions, what they most want to see amplified in their life, and then just watching it happen as I give them all the support it takes to manifest that into reality.
well, share a little bit with us of how you got started doing this work. How did you discover that this is what you would be
That was
doing?
about 8 years ago when a lady I knew was working with a brain injured kid who'd been in a really bad accident. And by consistently listening to the tones every day for 2 months, she brought that kid out of brain injury. And I got really interested in that because I've had two kids with severe brain injuries. And in fact, one was diagnosed with a relatively diffuse moderate brain injury, which is one step away from stiff as a board. She couldn't talk, she couldn't move around, she just stared out the window and drooled. And so, in a very short amount of time, within 2 years, I was able to bring her to complete wellness, where she eventually graduated magna cum laude. And I was very excited about that. So,
Wow.
these frequencies can do amazing things. They've taken a lady out of 20 years of level 20 pain in her own words. That was her own description, and took her out of that pain in an hour and a half. And then she said, well, now that I'm out of pain, I can't feel my feet. Can you do anything about that? So I ran her the specific program for neuropathy, and 15 minutes later she could feel her feet. She threw away her cane and she threw away her walker and she started dancing.
And is this, it sounds like you learned some of this work from other places, and then I imagine there are things that you've combined into it and your own intuition, and just say a little more of all those.
Well, most of us are pretty aware that there's frequencies like the 528 that resonates love, and that's very powerful. But when you can take that same kind of technology and assess what's really going on inside someone else's body, mind, soul, and spirit with their tones, and you bounce them back the priority tones, accompanied with some beautiful background music, it brings them into just profound relaxation and
Mhm.
resonance, just like as if you hit a tuning fork and held it next to another tuning fork, then they'd both start buzzing at the same resonance. That's the principle behind it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
bioenergetic coding.
So exciting.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
your work sounds wonderful, and I was a biologist, and I so appreciate the energy of who we are as beings, right? As bodies and humans and spirits, and I just appreciate uh the ways that this is helping us reconnect with who we are and be in the balance of who we are. This
I
sounds
am too.
wonderful.
It's an exciting time to live where all these new technologies are coming out that we could never even dream of being available to us before, where they work and act and behave just like a medbed style transformation would. Magical.
Well, please share with everybody again your contact info just one more time. And then, yeah,
Soul, SOUL, medicinewoman.com. SOUL, medicine woman with an AMAN.com. That's the best place to reach me. I've got all my contact information there. It's at 760-399-2595 is my phone number. And I'd love to hear from y'all anytime. heaventoearth.us at Gmail is a good email contact. And you can just email me a free session and I'll send you the very beginnings of I'll explain to you what's going on in your own body, down to the very basic resonance, down to the telomeres or telomeres, as some people like to call them, which is the tiniest fragments of our DNA that break off if they're not continually nourished
the
with a
ends of our
toxic.
chromosomes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited. I'm just really excited and thrilled to help people because um, I was sick for a long time. I was in misery for a long time. I had Raynaud's disease. I had chronic fatigue. I had MS and I had infertility. But now, after 3 miscarriages, I have 6 healthy kids and none of those diseases. So everything's fixable. And I'm excited to share that with the world.
That's great. Thank you so much, Naomi. So exciting to have you at our events.
Thank you. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Same. So for all of you listening and watching, you can find out more about all of our events at MeWeFairs.com. See you soon.